today I'm going to talk to you about the baby wipe technique. Now that sounds like it's terrible. It sounds like it's going to be messy. It won't be too messy. So I've grabbed some stamp sets off of the shelf which are perfect for this technique. There's a couple more but I can't see them at the moment. I mean, you can do it with anything, even this teddy bear. You could even do it with the teddy bear. The baby wipe technique is for anything, any image that you want to have a varied shade of. If you'd want something to look a little bit more realistic, this is what you would do. You would do this technique. So I'm going to start off by using the Sheltering Tree stamp set, and mostly these leaves at the top here. So what you need is a clear case. I use the ones, this has just got a bit of Velcro on the back. So this is my case that I use. You can buy these in a pack, I think it's a pack of 4. You can buy them on their own. So if you have stamp sets or stamps that have lost their cases, or stamps from even other companies, you can store them just like your Stampin' Up stamps and keep them in these nice little cases. So what you need is some baby wipes, obviously, as well. I've got 3 baby wipes here, and all I've done is I've folded them in half. These are normal baby wipes, just the cheap ones. And this one is folded in half. Probably would be enough, but I'm going to do a third. So this would mean I've got 6 layers, but I think you'll get away with 4. Right, and the reason we do it in the cases is because you can close them. That keeps everything in there, and if you want to come back to using this again, then it will last you a little while. Obviously it will dry out eventually, but it's good to keep it in there, and also all the mess stays inside the case. And also you do need a layer at the bottom that isn't going to soak up all of your inks. You can't just do it straight onto paper because it would all be soaked. So that's the first thing you do. Make sure you have at least 2 or 3 baby wipes folded up. And this now is my ink pad. So I won't use rose, I'm going to use different greens. So this is an ink pad. Do they have to be alcohol free? If you can find them like that, yes, that will be good. But if not, that you're not really coming into contact with the baby wipes that often for your stamps. You're not doing it a lot of times, and I would make sure you just clean your stamps afterwards. Any baby wipes now at the moment, you know, if they're safe enough for a bottom, then I think they'll be alright for your stamps. So try and get you know, nothing is really going to harm them too much or at all. I've never had any problems with any baby wipes that I've bought. So this is now your ink pad, but obviously it's blank, and all we're doing really is using the sponginess of it and also pinching a little bit of the moisture. So I'm going to use my ink refills. Now this ink refill matches the ink pad. This is Garden Green. So these are designed to re-ink your ink pad, but you can use them as they're on their own. So I'm just going to get various shades of green. So I've got Garden Green, Always Artichoke, Old Olive, and Pepper Sauce. And I put them in shade order because most of the time I don't want anything too dark. So I like to see the labels, and I like to know I've not put too much of the darkest colour on, because otherwise it will be too dark, and that's personal preference really. Obviously if you want it to be dark, add more dark. So all you need to do, so easy, this is my stamp set, this is how much I love this stamp set. It's not clear anymore, it might as well be a rubber stamp. So I'm going to take the big bunch of leaves, and there is a right way and a wrong way, that's the bottom, and I'll get the tree while I'm at it. Okay, that's all I need from that. For the tree, I'm going to stamp with soft suede. I'll just get a block. There we go. Okay, one tree trunk and branches. Alright, so now I can do the important bit, the exciting bit. Just get your stamp ready. So I would like to do my leaves in multiple colours, and so I've got my ink refills, and all you do is just blob. I'm not squeezing the bottle, it just comes out. You know, you just do this, and you want to make sure you do a section that's large enough for your stamp. So at the moment the outer dots here are too far in, so I'll just go around a bit further. So you want to get rid of all of the white, and that's as much of the dark as I'm going to do. This one's garden green. You look at it and you think, what am I doing? It doesn't look like anything, but it will look lovely when we stamp. Hi Heather! How are you, Heather? Okay. It looks like, well, I won't say what it looks like. It doesn't look very healthy at the moment, but this is, you can see how you create your ink pad. Okay, well that will probably be enough because I'm happy with that. So if I just show you the underneath, you can see it does come through, so maybe I was right with 3 baby wipes. Okay, so that's the fun bit. Now every time you do this, you will be slightly say off. You will be slightly off in a different place, and you'll have a different look every time. So here we go. So you just put your stamp down onto the baby wipe and go up and down. Make sure you get a nice covering of colours, and then you can, I don't know if you can see, but instantly I can see that I've got dark bits up here and light bits, and this will just give you that natural look of leaves, because they're not all one colour really, they are varied. And then, fingers crossed, it actually will work for you. There we go. Oh, it's lovely. So there we go. That's the varied shades of leaves. Isn't it pretty? Just love it. So I'll just quickly do one in, say, garden green next to it so you can see the difference. It's not something that somebody will instantly notice that you've done, but it just looks right, the different shades. It just works. So I'll just do another one, and I'll do all garden green, and then you will see the difference. There we are. So you can, if I hold them next to each other, you can really see the difference there. There's nothing wrong with this one on the left. That's absolutely fine. But I just love it with a bit of variation on the leaves on the right hand side. I'll just hold it so the camera will catch up with me. There we go. Isn't it lovely? So yeah, the colours, to recap the colours, they were Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive, Garden Green, and Always Artichoke. So that's just 4 greens. What else was there? I'm trying to find the stamp set. I've done this before with wreath stamps, doing like autumnal colours, but mostly I would say I just do it for leaves. The next one I'm going to show you, we could do an autumnal one really. With this stamp set, you would pick your browns and your green, not your greens, your oranges, and you could do exactly the same thing with this stamp set here. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to turn this round and use this side of the stamp set. Now this stamp was quite easy because we knew how big the section of the stamp is. When you come to do something like this, it's a little bit more tricky. This is one of the favourite stamp sets I like to do with these baby wipes. There we go. So I'm going to do the one with the 3 little bushes. I'll find my block. Where's my block here? There's stamps on it from yesterday. Right. So this is my, oh, it's come off. This is my stamp, and it's different sections. It's not one great big section of leaves. So what you would need to do is do the same again, but smaller. So I would do a bit here, and then a bit there, and then a bit there. And you're just following the picture really, where the right colour should go. Now remember when you, I don't know if I've just used this one. Remember when you do it, this will spread out and spread out and spread out, and by the end of the day, or all of this will be green, so it will bleed and bleed and bleed. I'm going to grab a brown, and this brown I'm going to do in between the leaves to try and catch that what's the word? Catch the trunk? Trunk? Is it trunk? Branch? And then the bottom, I think I'll go for, I always do a terracotta pot. I don't know why. I always use Cajun Craze. This is a colour that I don't think enough of us use. It's brilliant. So a bit of that, and then a bit of this one, Calypso Coral. Okay. So I'm turning the stamp, taking the stamp, sorry, to the paper, not paper, the baby wipe. I might have done this a bit too tall. You can see the colour. I think I've got a bit of green on the bottom. But you could do several cards. If you're doing a batch of thank you cards or birthday cards, you can do, you could do several cards like this. It just brings them to life. So that's the baby wipe technique. And you're just creating your own ink pad using the refills. And it just, it's lovely. I really like that. I've not done it for a little while, but definitely need to do more of it. What do you think, everybody? Is this something you'll be doing a bit more of? I love it. Oh, I love it. The other one that I showed you in the beginning is this one, Vintage Leaves. I did get a sample out for you, but I've left it. I did actually left it upstairs. I went and got it and then I left it upstairs. The other one you can do it with is the hardwood stamp set. That's fantastic for getting various shades of wood. And that's a bigger space though. If you were to do the whole of the stamp, that's okay. You would just need to make sure you fold your baby wipe in a different way. So yeah, that really gives you lots of different options to use your stamps with in ways that you probably haven't done before or even thought about doing. It just brings them to life a bit more. So that's really it. I've only been talking for 20 minutes, but it's so quick and easy, and that's what crafting's all about, isn't it? So there we go. Has anybody got any questions? The autumn leaves would be lovely. Yes, they are. They really are lovely. So there you go. I think I'm going to go. Thank you for watching me. I'm going to clean these because, as we said at the beginning, because we're using the baby wipes, we'll give them a clean. They probably will be okay, but I will give them a clean. And that's it. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you've learned something, or if not, it's reminded you about this technique. So I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.